Before Meghan Markle entered the royal family, everything followed a strict, controlled pattern. Every move was measured, every appearance was polished, every story was carefully managed. Then she arrived, and slowly that pattern began to change. If you enjoy breaking down the real stories behind the headlines, subscribe and turn on notifications, because this situation is deeper than most people realize. At first, it seemed like a fresh start for the monarchy, a modern figure stepping into an ancient institution, someone relatable, confident, and different from what people were used to. And for a moment, it worked. Public attention surged, global interest spiked. The royal family suddenly felt more accessible, more current, more connected to a younger audience. But behind the scenes, things weren't as smooth as they appeared. Because the royal family isn't just a family, it's a system, a structure built on tradition, hierarchy, and an unspoken understanding of how things are done. And Meghan Markle didn't come from that world. She came in with her own identity, her own voice, and her own expectations, and that's where the tension started to build. What some people saw as confidence, others inside the institution may have seen as disruption. What some saw as independence, others may have interpreted as breaking protocol. And in a system that depends heavily on consistency and control, even small shifts can create major pressure. Now here's where things get more complicated. Because this wasn't just about one person adjusting to royal life, it began to affect relationships within the family itself, especially between Prince Harry and Prince William. At one point, they were seen as inseparable, two brothers shaped by shared experiences, standing side by side in the public eye. But as time went on, reports of differences began to surface. Differences in perspective, differences in approach, differences in how they viewed the role of the monarchy in a modern world. And somewhere in that growing divide, the dynamic shifted. Not all at once, but gradually, until what once looked like unity began to look like distance. Now, it's important to understand something here. The royal family has always operated on a delicate balance between public image and private reality, and when that balance is disrupted, the effects are rarely small. Because everything is connected. Media pressure increases, public expectations grow louder, internal decisions become more complicated, and in this case, all of that seemed to converge at the same time. Then came the turning point, the moment when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle decided to step back from royal duties. That decision didn't just make headlines, it redefined the structure of the family itself. Because for the first time in modern history, a senior royal stepped away and began speaking openly about their experience. And once that happened, there was no going back. The narrative changed, the perception shifted, and the royal family found itself in a position it had spent decades trying to avoid, being openly questioned. Some people believe Meghan brought necessary change, that she challenged outdated traditions and forced the institution to evolve. Others believe she disrupted a system that depends on stability, creating tension that didn't need to exist. And that divide is still very much alive today. But here's the part that often gets overlooked. This situation didn't just impact public opinion, it reshaped the future of the monarchy. Because now, Prince William is preparing to lead an institution that looks very different from the one he grew up in. And above him, King Charles III is managing a monarchy under constant global scrutiny, where every decision is analyzed, questioned, and debated. The pressure is no longer just about maintaining tradition, it's about adapting without losing identity, and that's not an easy balance to strike. So the question isn't simply what Meghan changed. The real question is whether those changes were inevitable, or whether they accelerated something the royal monarchy wasn't ready for. Because one thing is clear, this wasn't just a moment, it was a shift, and the effects of that shift are still unfolding. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it. It helps more people discover the channel. And let me know in the comments, do you think Meghan Markle changed the royal family for better or for worse?